Wow, it's really nice out. I'm so glad we decided to meet in the park. I'm about 5 minutes early, but they might already be here. Oh, hi. Hey, over here. Hi. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. It's so good to see you. I know, it's been way, way too long. I am so excited you're here. When you told me you were going to school this fall, I could barely handle it. I am so jealous. Oh, I miss school so much. Every single day. Those were the best years ever. Well, yeah, also the most difficult years ever. It's kind of wild how I could have so much anxiety, yet I miss that time more than anything. That's the good news, I guess. The best parts will far outweigh the bad. Why don't you come sit down? I have a blanket. I have some snacks. I have some drinks in here if you want one. Help yourself. Do you have the stuff? Nice. We can just spread it all out here on the blanket. There's a reason I needed you to bring all of this, but before we even get to that, I want you to tell me why you're going to school. Right, but what's the reason that's deeper than that? What is the dream you're chasing? Okay, so on the days that are really tough, I want you to always go back to that. Write it in your planner or put it on your phone or write it on your shoe. I know you're feeling a lot of anxiety about going to school, but you can do this. And every day that goes by, you'll be one day closer to that dream. Oh, speaking of planners, I see you have one here. Very nice. So you said you're dealing with a lot of anxiety about starting school. I also had crippling anxiety when I was completing school, and I am super excited to share all my tips with you. Well, let's see. My campus had some old buildings where the door was right in the front of the classroom. And that made me so nervous because I felt if I had to leave class, I would disrupt everyone and make the teacher mad, and that caused me a lot of extra stress for no reason. So when you have your class list, oh, you have it right here. Awesome. So take your class list and go to campus before school starts and check out all the buildings. I used to go in the order of my classes so I could get a feel for the path I was going to take every day. Yeah, just walk it. The buildings are all open. They're getting ready for the school year, so maintenance people are in there updating stuff. I've never had a problem going in. People are always there touring it anyways, so you won't stand out or anything. Sometimes if I went to visit the classroom and it was super tiny or the door was at the front, I would just change the class I was taking so it would be in another building. It was very frustrating, definitely, but anxiety is frustrating. Sometimes it's just about getting through the next day. And I knew that even if I had to shuffle things around, anxiety was not going to stop me from getting my degree. So if you do go visit the buildings, pick out your seat. Decide where you want to sit and sit in different ones. Maybe the back of the room feels more comfortable to you, maybe the middle, or even the front if it's by the door. I always got there a little early before class anyways, so I had my pick of seats, and it was nice to head to class that first day knowing exactly where I was going and exactly where I was going to sit. It helped me stress a little less. Oh, I had a class, so I went to the campus. I toured the building, I picked out my seat, and I had it all planned out, and I was super nervous for this specific class, but I had prepared, so I felt way better. And the seat I picked out was in the back corner by the door. And on the first day of class, my teacher decided to rearrange all the desks so we were in a giant circle facing each other. And it was awful, and I dropped the class, and I took it a different semester when it was in a different room. It was bad. But I knew I wouldn't be able to pay attention if I was fighting panic attacks every day. And stuff like this is gonna come up a lot. And I don't want you to feel bad for having to adjust things if you need to. Anxiety is a really exhausting thing. And it's okay to make it easier on yourself. Oh, and try to get as many early classes as you can. I know, but if you just wake up and have to go to class, it's less time you'll be able to think about going, and you just have to go. Plus, you'll get a closer parking spot, so win-win all around. Okay, so you have your map of campus, right? So figure out where you're gonna park. Then highlight the buildings with all of your classes. You can color code it if you want. I enjoyed doing that. And write your schedule down somewhere. I always put it on the inside of my planner because there might be some days when you're so anxious you can't remember what your next class is. So this way it's all right here. And I always had like a light snack in my backpack along with a water bottle. I used to bring corn chips everywhere because they were bland enough that I could nibble on them if my stomach was feeling bad, and it'll help you from getting faint if you don't feel well enough to eat real food during the day. You can do crackers too, just something like that. Teachers will be your best friend. I emailed mine all the time for things that seemed simple to them, but they made a huge difference to me. So if there were presentations, I'd always ask to go first. Otherwise, I get so nervous waiting for my turn. And once in a while, a teacher would agree to let me make a video presentation to show instead of doing it live. And that was even better. I got really lucky. I did have great professors, but if you don't, you can also ask the school for assistance. Yeah, if you need help with things you struggle with, like taking notes or needing a recorded copy of the class or transcripts, or even having an assigned seat, sort of like I talked about. But it would be an official seat. If anyone sat there, the teacher would have them move. So they have help for all kinds of stuff, whatever you need assistance with, really. I never needed to go get that higher up help because I was able to email my teachers and they were great about it, but it's there if you need it or you have teachers that don't really understand your needs. Yeah, I know a lot of my classmates were able to use that resource. Oh, it's great to have people advocate for you who actually understand what you're going through, Yeah, there were certainly a few classes I had to leave due to panic attacks, as in I had to walk out of class, or there was a presentation, oh my goodness, where I just started crying because I was so nervous. I made it through the presentation. It was really hard to watch, I'm sure, but I made it through. I cried the whole time and I made it through that stupid presentation. That was one of the teachers I talked to, though. I did tell them I was having a terrible day and I was really just upset. And they took that into account and they appreciated the effort, The show must go on, I guess. That was so important to me because I know I can't cure my anxiety, but it's not going to stop me from doing the things I want to do. And maybe I have to do them the long way. Or maybe I'll embarrass myself by running out of class, but I always went back. And it was because of that dream I was talking about. We're all motivated by something different. I wanted to paint. That's all I wanted. And even when I was doing those core classes that had nothing to do with art, I knew that was part of the deal. I used to sit in my car before class like several times a week and cry from stress. And every day I had the decision to turn around and drive home. And yeah, there were a couple days where I did, because no one was making me do this. This is something I wanted to do. I wanted to go. And most of the time, I wiped my tears away and I grabbed my corn chips and I walked up that sidewalk. And for me, that was my best. That was the best I could do at that time. And I was really proud of doing everything that I could do. You will definitely have hard days. And it's not always going to go the way you want it to go. But you can do this. I know you can. Even if you don't believe in yourself, I will believe in you. And every day you make it to class, you will feel more confident that you can do this. Keep reminding yourself why you're doing it, and I promise it will be worth it. I had such a hard time, and I just wanted one person to tell me that they knew how I felt and that I could get through it, that they made it through, so then I must be able to make it through. And that's why I was so excited to meet with you, because I wanted to tell you that you can do it, and it's going to be super fun, and it's going to be super worth it. And even if it's tough some of the days, most of the time, it's going to be awesome. And you don't have to let anxiety stop you from doing something that's really, really important. So go to campus, walk around and find all your classes, sit in the seat that you want to sit in, be ready to email your teachers and ask about support you might need. And don't put too much pressure on yourself, and be okay with changing things around if that's what you need to do to cut down your stress. Don't worry about what other people are doing or their needs. You just focus on what you need to do to get through it. Okay? And remember why you want to do this. That's what matters more than your teachers or classmates or grades or anything. You are so ready. You're going to have so much fun and learn all kinds of things about yourself. Okay? I know you can. Anxiety is really annoying, but it's not going to win this fight. You are unstoppable. And I can't wait to hear all the stories about your crazy classmates and what's going on. What classes did you pick? Let me see.